And you thought Twilight was a bad love story. At least both of them were human. Well,
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay,
But that's,
okay.
ladies and gentlemen,
Here's the thing.
welcome back to Sonic 06.
I know the whole meme is the better love story than Twilight. No, it should be better love story than 50 Shades, because even Twilight is a better love story than 50 Shades.
Well, yeah, because that's the fun. I think we've mentioned this a couple times. It's so funny. Twilight was a fan fiction of Harry Potter originally, and 50 Shades was a fan fiction of Twilight, which thus by law demands that the fan fiction must always be worse. Somehow 50 Shades was worse off than Twilight, and they tried to make a whole movie series out of it again.
They did.
It's called
50 Shades is
called-
a movie series.
It's called Lonely Women Have Too Much Money to Spend to Support These Movies.
Yeah.
Just,
But-
it's such a sad shame, because, like, this is beautiful CG. Why did it have to be spent on something so cringeworthy?
By the
This is
way,
actually really, it's really nice looking.
By the way, Dom, I do apologize for being one of the fans that forced you to do 50 Shades on your Lost and Adaptation series.
Darker.
No,
Darker.
just the 50 Shades in general, because he did 50 Shades. He did the first one, and he's like, fine, I'll do a retweet. And if I get like 1,000 retweets on this, then I'll do 50 Shades Darker. 1 week later, he had like 2,000 retweets.
Also, also the morals behind the story suck. As in, like, at first it's like, crying is not a sign of weakness.
No, it's not.
Although, honestly,
Freaking Inside Out got that down better than you.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I do remember, like, when Hellfire Comms were talking about, when they were doing, like, their Sonic retrospective and talking about 06, I think it was Gareth that brought up, he was talking about the idea of, like, ignoring how it was executed. He did think that the idea of, like, a princess who has, like, she can't show any signs of weakness because if she does, like, the world will be destroyed. He does think that that's kind of an interesting concept. He just thinks that it probably would have been executed if that whole thing that started would have happened when she was older instead of being, like, a little kid.
Yeah,
more, spoilers for the rest of the part, dude. But more on that later. And I'll also, again, continue to explain why I think... I already said it on my channel, but just to make sure I can impart my wisdom to everybody else, why this doesn't make any sense. So while they're having a touchy moment, these guys... Bear in mind, they didn't map this out, put on a timer or anything. They just created a portal randomly, by accident, mind you, in their fight. And they jumped in, and what do you know it? Fortunately, they happened to come right at the moment when Nephilis, seen in the top tube, and Iblis in the bottom tube, they were trying to fuse them together to create Solaris.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, they just put...
Oh, hey, Travis.
They just put it all in good
Actually,
faith.
no, that's
Not Travis, it's Dan.
Dan Green, sorry. Knuckles, whatever.
This guy? No, that's... The king is actually...
The scientist. The scientist was...
No, we were talking
one
about
of the
scientists.
scientists.
Oh, hey,
My bad.
Elise in pajamas.
Apparently Elise was here.
Chaos.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Don't worry, all us arguing amongst ourselves actually added to the scene of that being chaos. Yeah, here we have a secret underground laboratory, and frickin' Elise in her Sunday PJs dress, whatever, somehow got to the frickin' reactor room. What security is this?
I don't even know. But yeah,
Alright.
Oh.
Are you broken?
he's dead.
No, he's not dead yet, but...
What?
So their Solaris project failed.
Is this supposed to be like a combination of, like, real-time and CGI? Because the fire and goo look CGI, but the carriage models look exactly like in-game models.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what they did, and it looks cheap as
Yeah.
hell.
Well, because it's super stark in comparison, because, once again, it's like... by the way, ready to see a really creepy evil face, even though he's not trying to be evil?
Seal it with this.
He
looked evil.
Yeah, he kind of looked like Idolus Aldercap from Final Fantasy 15 for a second.
And that's the other reason why, James, that's the other reason why the freaking cinematics, like the ones that, saw at Sonic and Elise, those look so bad by comparison, is because it's like the rest of the game looks like this.
Pretty much.
I like these mobile weapons.
It definitely does feel like most.
Really helpful.
It does feel like most of the budget. It does really feel like most of the budget in this game went into the Sonic campaign, and even then, like Sonic's campaign, I mean, it's the most fun of the three, but it's also got the weakest fucking plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Also,
I just want to
noticed
say
there.
real-
It's real quick. Notice how the game started me facing the wrong doorway, and the doorway was open, and I was supposed to know you're supposed to turn back towards the closed doorway, and then this place is super easy to get freaking disoriented and lost in, because you see this room here, this roundabout room. There's like 4 of them in this facility.
Yeah.
They all look
Gotcha.
alike.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to say real
Ow.
quick, this theme that's playing right here, Aquatic Base Level 1, this is easily one of my favorite themes in the game.
Agreed. I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like
Honestly,
it.
Aquatic, I
get
would say Aquatic Base in general has my favorite songs in the game.
Yeah, why does this game have to have such a good soundtrack?
Because it's somehow better than freaking Boom.
I mean, hey,
yeah,
hey,
that
sometimes it's law that a bad game can have a good soundtrack. I mean, there's Bubsy, The Woolly Strikes Back. There's other ones. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. I guess Unlimited Saga you could say has a really good soundtrack despite being a shitty game.
I guess. Anyway, I do want to say just one more thing real quick about the song, and someone on a personal level. I wonder if it has the same effect that I did with Sealy and that Earth Temple from Wind Waker, where anytime anyone hears this theme, they just think of one of my dubs. Because no joke, I remember when I did the Eggman's Dozen video on my channel where Sealy was voicing Thunderbolt, she told me that she can never, whenever she hears the Earth Temple theme from Wind Waker, she can never hear that without thinking of Thunderbolt.
Oh god.
Aww.
She did a good Thunderbolt.
She did a good Thunderbolt, yeah.
Rest in peace, Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Maybe-
voicing her
maybe-
myself back in the day.
Maybe IDW will do something.
Maybe. Who knows?
Unfortunately, they can't
Well, actually-
because they have no license to her.
Well, this is
Yeah,
something I
technically,
never
it's like-
understood. And hang on, back. This is something I never understood and I hated. Whoa, this is something I never understood and I hated. Is that if you're gonna sell a comic and allow someone else to be the developers of it, why not sell the whole thing? You're literally limiting yourself and thus the amount of money you can get from something.
Because no, here's the thing:
An art.
Sega doesn't own a lot of the characters that were used in the Sonic comics. They only own Sonic, Knuckles. They only own the characters that actually show up
Then how about
in the
this?
games.
Then how about this? Then how about this? One of two things. If you're gonna force Archie to liquidate its entire Sonic comic license, apparently you have the power to do that. Why not just also use that power to say, also you have to sell this property to these people because we technically
Because
majority share in this comic.
I think it's mainly because they don't care to use them.
Yeah, and again, licensing issues. They don't own it. And I think it was Archie that cut off all ties.
Yeah,
Really?
it's
Yeah.
kind of, the whole situation reminds me of the whole thing with Marvel and Sony when it comes to Spectacular Spider-Man, in that they're technically not allowed to continue that show because Sony owns a lot of the creative rights, like the stories and character designs and whatnot.
Which
So,
sucks
wait,
because
so
Spectacular
Archie-
was
so-
the best.
So Archie broke off with Sega.
Yeah.
So Archie legitimately said, "We're tired of making money. Sega, please get someone else to do your comic for you. We don't like making money right now. We'd like to try
I
a
think a
different
lot of it
business
is
Welcome-
strategy."
the
if it
fact
makes it
that-
Welcome to the latter half of the 2010s, where every company seems to be idiots.
Also, for those who are wondering what the heck that jump cut was, that is me not wanting to show this exact stage twice because yes, literally these two go through the exact same stage with almost zero differences except for Shadow goes that path. Silver gets these frickin' things.
Oh boy,
Oh yeah,
here we
those
go.
things.
So they have a momentum
Silver
base
gets
to
the
them, and
T1000s.
they're momentum based, and despite they're very sturdy, and might I add, probably very. I just realized actually that is definitely a still image texture and not actually a reflection.
Yeah. Well, hey, for its time, it worked.
But anyway, they're also super fragile.
They are
Yeah.
very
If
fragile.
an enemy attacks you, done. If these lasers touch you, you're done. And the fact that this is a round platform, it's hard to tell exactly where the real edge of it is because it's a sphere we're dealing with here.
I like to
Yeah.
note. I like to note that in all the cutscenes we see Silver. He can fly. So, but
Yeah,
in game
doesn't-
he can only
he
do
doesn't have a
a
limit.
measly hover.
Why do the rings have physics? Why can I push the rings away from me when I need them to live?
Why can everyone fly but me?
Because
So
the physics
Silver
and
learned that everyone could fly except for him, except for that weird jump in the air hover attack thing that sucks balls. Oh, Aaron.
And meanwhile,
What
Amy's
happened
just
to
like,
you got too
fly."
successful. And Aaron, you got too successful. I'm jealous now. You got to say screw your life dream of being an animator and just make video game videos, and it's working. And you're happy.
God,
I wish I could abandon dreams with
Oh,
I
cursed.
wish I could.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, cursed complacency.
I'm just like, I wish I could abandon my dreams with such reckless abandon and have everything just work out.
Seriously.
While
okay,
he's
jump
fighting those
cut.
guys. Well, again, while he's fighting those guys, Shadow's going. Okay, if you want to know what I did,
What'd you do?
every time
Ow.
the one of them hits a loading zone, I just jump right to the next person to show how they're both going two different. Because they technically are going two different directions. Shadow's going after Mephiles because that's where he has his emotional daddy issues with, and Silver's going after Iblis because that's where he has his daddy issues with.
daddy issues.
Oh hey, playing this motorcycle.
Oh,
roundabout.
goody.
I'll steal it. No one will ever know.
And how lovely it's in a model that would also be relevant in 10 years afterwards.
Yeah, it looks cool. Although nothing will ever be as cool as Kaneda's bike from.
Canada?
Careful.
You mean
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Oh, isn't the E pronounced with a hard A sound?
Canada? It's Canada, like Canada, but you don't say
Yeah.
Canada. You say Canada.
Canada.
No, Canada was the original dub of that. Shut up.
Oh god.
Canada. No. His bike from Akira, which again, still looking super full. Oh god, like the end of this month is Ready Player One.
Yep, right. It actually
Mark
appears in
Twain.
Ready Player One. I am happy. Like the fact that
Yeah,
I,
that's the bike he uses.
like of all the things that would appear in Ready Player One, Acura is one of the few things I think, and also Overwatch.
yeah, that,
And
yeah,
Sonic.
and Sonic.
Actually, to go back on topic, Sonic is making a cameo in Ready Player One.
Right next to Tracer
Sonic's
from
certainly-
Overwatch.
Sonic's certainly making it good in the movie industry.
Well, if I can't make it in the sequel of Wreck-It Ralph, this'll do.
It just gives me this idea of like just taking up all the Sonic cameos he's been making in movies, as well as the movie itself that's coming out soon. It's like, I seem to be pretty separate movies. Hey Mario, what about you? I don't want to talk about it.
I just hope to God that they get rid of the stupid idea of making it live action and animated, and just make it purely animated.
Oh, the Sonic movie?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, as far as I'm concerned, they may as well just retell the Sonic Adventure story.
Well, I always gathered.
I hear that's actually what they're doing.
Happy.
Here's my problem with it being a live action animation hybrid. You know they are going to have to shoehorn in some human characters to do that. And
So he's afraid it's going to be a Godzilla 2014 situation.
well,
I thought he was afraid it's gonna be a Chris situation.
No. I was thinking like Godzilla 2014 because like that had a bunch of live action characters that no one really cared about.
Yeah,
Just
but
like, no, I don't care about these characters. Give me Godzilla.
yeah, actually, I kind of cared about the characters.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Oh boy, that's what you
Well-
get for not caring about Bryan Cranston.
reap what you
Yeah,
sow.
that is why that bubble thing sucks.
Actually, I
Yeah.
will say I am disappointed that Bryan Cranston's character lasted like a whole 20 minutes in that movie.
My wife. I need my wife. Okay, you guys gotta die.
I think the bubble's gone.
Not me!
Yeah, the bubble got popped.
happened to the
Okay.
Ah, shit. Well, you better
You got
improvise.
popped by all these explosions. Yes, you're underwater, you dummy. Oh, and by the way, it makes no sense because Sonic's gonna go through this stage later, and I guess Eggman made his base in the exact same spot as Soliana's. Coincidence?
What?
AKA, we don't want to make.
Or he
It has
probably
to be
just
Wi-Fi.
took the base.
Well, yeah, I was about to say he did his research
Actually.
and took advantage of it.
True. Also, look at all those fast-moving turtles and dolphins and.
Oh, look at that!
realistic-
Look at that! Another bubble we can use.
Die.
Yeah, I was gonna point
The
that out.
ragdoll in this game is fun.
Oh.
I do love the ragdoll.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to top the ragdolling in the Arkham games.
Those are fun.
Grand Theft Auto.
There's a
I'll
one
take a
up, but I'm
word
not
on
gonna
that
chance
because
it.
I don't really care for that series.
My goal is to try and beat this entire game without game overing once.
Well, you're doing a good job on it so far.
I'm trying my best. I will say I have not. Oh yeah, by the way, those are screen nukes for some weird reason. I guess it's because they're magnets and they attract all the metal.
They're
balls.
this game's bees.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the bees, the queens. Wait, what was I gonna say? Again, we have one more arena to destroy, and again, this stun thing. The game doesn't tell you, but this is actually a really overpowered move against these guys.
Oh yeah.
It is.
It's pretty much going to be your saving grace throughout the rest of Silver's campaign.
Yeah, pretty much. And then once they're stop. Whoever was the guy at Nintendo. Whoever was the guy at Video Game Company who thought, hey, let's give the rings actual physics. Rats.
Now,
I'm sorry.
now for the dummy rings,
Video Game Company is my favorite company.
For the dummy rings, it makes sense, but for regular rings, it doesn't.
Ow. That was a fail.
And Hype. There is actually a company called That Game Company.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I believe so. There's also another company called FromSoft. So,
From
it's
software.
the software from From Software.
What?
Developers
the
of
guys,
Dark Souls
the guys that
made.
make Dark Souls and
Did anybody just notice that the giant ring has physics?
Yes. Also, That Game Company.
Hey.
Thank you. Also, That Game Company. They're the people who made Journey, Flower, Flow, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we did it.
Yay.
Now it's time to see them both have their own little adventures, with Silver finding Iblis and Shadow finding Nephilus. And honestly, I can't tell you which of them has the dumber encounter. So here's Silver, who has captured Iblis. He's done. He could kill him, but he's still not strong enough. So here we have this situation. He carried his daughter all the way here. He's like,
No, I still have one chance to ruin my daughter's life forever. I'm not going to blow it.
what? So yeah, so get this. I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is perfect. The royal family. Like, if you trap Iblis within yourself, then when you die, King of Soliana, when you die,
Why does the
Iblis
king
will
have
die
a
with
Chaos
you.
Emerald?
Because everyone has a freaking Chaos Emerald. The president has one. Freaking Amy had one. The mayor had
You
one.
know what? The idea of everyone having a Chaos Emerald actually makes a bit of sense in pre-reboot Archie, because if I'm not mistaken, in pre-reboot Archie, there's like thousands of the devil damn things.
yeah, there
anyway,
was more than one. Or
But anyway, I'm
seven,
like, this is
rather.
perfect. Put Iblis inside yourself so that when you die, he will die within you. What the fuck?
To be fair, they probably would have bullshit and said, like, if he died, like, that would give Iblis an escape.
By the way, how perfect is it that Silver just happened to capture him above a sacrificial table?
Altar? Yeah.
Sacrificial
Would have sucked if it was over the pit. Like, go, Elise. Throws her into the pit. She just kind of ragdoll limps into the pit. It's like, hurry! It's like, I can't aim. Oh. It's like, so yeah, so perfect. Here's a perfect idea. And how freaking coincidental that the thing that will seal it, like, he didn't even say the words. I guess this is just how the ancient ways go. If she ever cries, that seal on Iblis will be released. That's right, everybody. She is the Iblis trigger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
And if she cries and or dies, I guess, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Then Iblis will be released. So now I'm just imagining like Inside Out logic, like now like Sadness has been encased within a cage.
Yeah.
They all have
Yeah.
like a fiery cage within her mind, and I'm imagining Joy and Anger looking at it like, okay,
Hey, let's just be happy they didn't go further than and make it so that she has to feel the fucking flames in her heart like on a yearly basis.
yeah, no worries. She's just about to become the queen of an entire race because both
And
her
she's
parents
about
are
to be
dead.
cooked alive for all her people.
No, like, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
We're just
just-
gonna. Here she is, about to now brace. She's like what, 6? She's about to brace.
I think
the,
she's 7.
The trouble.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember her saying that technically 10 years ago, and
she's 7.
and canonically she is 17.
Yeah, so she's like 7, and here she's about to face the brutality of being a queen of an entire nation with no one to help her like her father, no one to give her guidance. Her parents are both dead. Also, I guess. Also, what does Chaos Control do?
I guess he was freezing him or slowing him down. I don't know.
Because Chaos Control just affects time, right?
It's a time manipulation power.
Because I
Yeah.
swear, Sonic 06 pretty much treats it like the prequels treated the Force.
Da-da-da.
Just the Force does everything. Oh yeah.
You know what would have been a little more
Mephiles,
would have been a little
I
more.
think you are weak. No, I'm not weak.
So sorry. Anyway, continue, James.
Hey, you know what? At least Sonic Forces came out by now. I mean, gives us more to actually talk about in this game. But anyway, what was I gonna say? One of them, you know what would have been more fucked up? Like just Seal Iblis or Mephiles or whatever inside a Chaos Emerald, like straight up.
Doot.
Imagine how awkward that would be
not
for Sonic in his games.
And here we have Shadow trapping Mephiles in Dante's sword's hilt.
Yeah. What were you saying?
But yeah, just now that you made that infinite comparison, now it just makes me think back to like what he says before he teleports. It's like, don't show your pathetic face around here ever again. All right, I'll use your face instead.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Well, it's good to know.
That is some sass back.
Well, hey, it's good to know that my example was boring as fuck.
Also, don't forget that Shadow. Remember that when Mephiles was first released, it's because Shadow didn't catch it and caught Rouge instead, and it dropped and like all it took was it to drop, and then he was released. Here, it dropped on the ground. Wouldn't it have sucked if it was like he's sealed? Dink. That didn't last long.
And now that I see Young Elise right there, it just reminds me of the one Sonic shorts where it's like it says the exact same scene, but she
Wait.
Let's
Let's wait for a minute. I was gonna wait for the perfect moment to say that.
You're going to leave it
Oh,
behind.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I already.
You can still do it, honey.
I need to wait until this
No,
cutscene's
Shadow,
over.
take it with you. You idiot! Take it with you so Mephiles never comes back, and you would take it with you into the present, so Rouge would have never gotten it and thus been able to drop it. Like, what the? Why are people not using time travel for its actual smart purposes?
And why are they just leaving this poor defenseless girl by a tree?
By a tree in an abandoned facility that just exploded and killed everyone inside, and no one like this is also bear in mind this is probably a secret facility, so only the people.
Oh wait.
Where's my dad?
Oh, about that. Bad news.
Calm down, kid.
But no, I'm just thinking, like, if you think about it, this is a secret facility, James, and that would mean that only the people who would know about it, who are granted all dead inside now. Are you playing Mania?
No, what gave you that idea?
James!
Also, oh yeah, here's a better idea. Let's leave this little girl who, if she cries once, she'll destroy everything. Let's not only give her Mephiles in one hand, let's also give her a freaking Chaos Emerald in the other hand. This is the worst combination of things to be doing.
Wait a minute, just
This is
real
the
quick.
best birthday gift ever!
But yeah, just real quick, just going back to Silver. It's a lucky charm. Stop the coach!
Be sure to bring it back to me, okay? Kingdom Hearts reference. Anyway,
I was
yeah,
thinking
No,
the
I
Lucky
referenced that
Charm
video
cereal.
before, but I don't care.
that's what Hype is referencing. You really should watch Waxnator. He's good. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's complicated, and it's just why, and yeah. Okay, just to finish that thought, this is a secret lab that only the people who were inside would probably know about it. Everyone who was inside are now dead. She's essentially just left for abandoned.
Yeah. Anyway, people,
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, where there'll be at least 85% less dead dads in that next video.
85%.
85%. I don't know. There may be
And,
some guy.
And 100% more Studiopolis.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
I am the worst princess ever.